We did the live companion. How did you feel about the card overall, mate? How would you rate it?
Uh, yeah, pretty good. Let me just see if we're actually live.
Good.
Let's just get a good thing. Are we live? That is a question. And it does seem like we are live. Yes. Okay. So,
Technical
let's go.
difficulties here. Always hard to get
Yeah.
started. How would you rate the card, mate? Out of 10, solid 7 from my end. What do you think?
Yeah, I saw 7, maybe a 6 actually.
Oh shit!
I actually only really enjoyed the Matinho O'Malley fight. Um,
From a
the
fight perspective, right?
Yeah, from a fight perspective, the Yarda one was I missed it because I was getting my wings,
Unbelievable.
but
Unbelievable.
the Gilbert Burns one wasn't really too entertaining, and obviously Connor, a lot of shocking anticlimactic stuff going on there, but
Yeah.
it was okay. Yeah, it was 6 to 7 out of 10. Yeah.
Interesting card. Yeah, I think obviously the Burns and Wonder Boy fight a little bit of a snorefest from an action perspective. Great. By the way, guys, subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Support the channel. But let's get straight into the good stuff. The McGregor fight. McGregor comes out, bat out of a cage, uh, just kicking everything that moves. McGregor, he actually exhibited some really exciting sort of footwork, really good kicks, spin kicks galore. You would have thought it was Stephen Thompson that we were watching there, but eventually Dustin wore him down, right? Took him against the cage. Connor went for a guillotine, and let's fast forward to the finishing sequence. What did you think in real time happened when you saw like Connor on the ground like yelling?
I actually thought Connor got hit.
Yeah, I think so
I
too.
actually thought he was hit. He was actually knocked out, but yeah, as we saw in the slow mo, he was actually stripping on himself. But as Dustin was saying after the fight, that
Yeah,
it was he actually felt that the foot was cracked before when he checked him, and obviously Connor is debating whether that actually happened. But yeah, they're saying
yeah.
that softened it, and then I think as you explained during the live stream, that was it's basically like a tree that was being chopped, and then it just fell.
And it
Yeah,
just fell.
time to go.
Yeah, look, all the hoopla there, but to break it down, what we saw. I mean, when I saw it in real time, I saw Connor scream. And
Yeah,
usually when you see that, it's not the result of a punch. So I kind of was drawn towards the legs and the foot, because the last time we saw a scream like that, it was Chris Weidman's foot getting absolutely totaled. So
yes,
upon replay, you see that he puts a lot of weight on the back foot, and he essentially snaps the close to the ankle. So it
yeah.
obviously doesn't look like a fun injury. I think you can debate. I mean, to be honest, the fight went that fast, and we haven't had time to really dissect, because this is a reaction of it. But it looked nasty. It did not look like a good injury at all. And you can be academic in terms of deciding how it happened. But the fact of the matter is, Dustin was winning it, right?
Yeah, well, Connor went for the guillotine, and I felt like he got into a bad position there because Dustin was just laying those blows on him, and it wasn't good. And as you saw, his ear, the cauliflower ear, just burst.
Oh, that was
It's just a
disturbing.
disgusting
I hate
sight.
cauliflower ear. The bane of my existence. All I'm doing is
It's all-
cauliflower ear watch.
we were judging cauliflower ears throughout the whole stream, and this was one of the
Oh,
worst.
this is horrendous. But yeah, look, yeah, I think to me, what was really apparent, which really ticked me off, was all the hoopla after the fight, just Connor mouthing off. I didn't hear. Did you say that he was again still talking shit about Dustin Poirier's wife and sliding the DMs and all that?
Yeah, yeah. So as Dustin was in the ring still, after I think it was after Connor's interview, he
Yeah.
was going, "Oh, your wife slid into me DMs,"
Mate, let it go, you freaking garbage. Like seriously,
and, and
just
and Dustin was trying to come after Connor, but there's a lot of security there. But
it's just too much, mate. Like honestly, let it let it go,
well,
McGregor.
it's just playing to the fact that Connor's just still saying it's not over for him. It's something that he feels is not over, and he wants to do it. But like reality, the reality is it's about a year for him
Yeah,
to recover from this. And if it is a complete broken foot, like you're saying, which it
yeah.
looks like to be, and yeah, I can't see him coming back from a year.
Well, do you want to see that fight again? I don't. I think Dustin was winning it. Like I think he
Well,
was. I don't. I
Dustin
mean,
was
it was
winning
more
it.
competitive. It was more competitive.
Yeah, Dustin was winning it,
Yeah.
but um, I think Dana would love to have this fight
Of,
again.
yeah,
As
of
he
course
said,
he would.
Dana was talking up the pay per view buys and the numbers.
Yeah.
Apparently saying this is bigger than Khabib and Connor,
I mean,
which is
of course,
interesting. So
Dana. Yeah, yeah. Of course, Dana
he'd
would
want
love it.
that. Yeah,
Like I think the UFC one. Oh, I can actually see like the videos and the trailers now. They've got heaps of content for it, but
yeah, hell yeah.
I'm over it. I'm almost to the point where I'm over Connor. Don't know, like he's a good
Well, that's the
fighter,
thing.
but like there's just a
As yeah, and that's from like a UFC commentator's perspective, someone that watches UFC all the time.
yeah.
From the mainstream, is the mainstream over Connor? That's what we're going to ask as well. Is he still a draw after this?
I think it's still a draw.
Um,
Like, I mean, like it's he's clearly a draw. Like, look at the numbers that Dana were talking about. We've got to
yeah,
see them
that's true.
substantiated and
But
verified.
does,
I mean,
does
if
this
he,
hurt his star quality? Because as you see, some people thought um, the press conference and the act that he was putting on was a bit forced, and some of the stuff he was talking about this fight, is he going to get people to get turned off on by that? I'm not sure. My gut instinct tells me that this is just probably going to make more interest in a rematch. Whether Dustin wants to come back for one is another thing.
bingo, yeah. So
I
I
don't
think
think he will.
if you're a Dustin and you hold all the cards in your hands, firstly,
Yeah,
if you're Dustin, you're over this. I mean,
yeah,
I think, I think for Dustin, it was about securing the bag from a money
yeah,
perspective.
yeah,
Tick, he's done that. I think now he's got to look for legacy, and legacy is
yeah.
winning the belt. Which without Khabib, who else would it be? Like it has to be Dustin Poirier in terms of going for the next fight.
Yeah.
And secondly, if he generally hates Conor, which it seems like it's actually a real feud. Like I don't think they're going to be
Yeah, when you bring
being on
anyone's
each
wife
other's
into it,
Christmas card list, right? So
when you bring anyone's wife into it, becomes something like that.
so I think that he holds the cards in the ultimate satisfaction of just not allowing Conor. No, I'm not interested in the fight. Like I won't do it, and
Yeah,
it'll always be able to hang that on Conor. The only way he does it is if the UFC comes with a bag, like a boatload of like maybe double what he got today, which might be a lot. Like his
you
biggest
reckon?
payday.
You reckon he would do it for the money
I
for
think
that?
he would. I think he'd do it for the money after he gets like later on though. I think that these guys can do this fight in 5 years' time when they're both well past their prime as a
Yeah,
great
because
match.
you'd think that Dustin would want to go for the title and
Of
have
course,
those
I think so.
celebrations
I
there.
think so. I
He
think that
wouldn't want to keep just fighting Connor.
yeah,
But
it gets played out. I definitely don't want to see it next. Like
yeah,
they've
no,
literally
no,
just had this
definitely.
fight, so I definitely don't want to see it again.
And I don't even know where Connor goes from here, really.
Well, I tell you where he's
UK,
going now. He's going to the hospital.
he's going to the hospital. Oh, yeah.
That's where he's going from here. But yeah, it just comes across so off. I mean, I think there's certain subsection of people that don't mind it, that quite like it, but yeah, McGregor just like the fight itself was actually quite action packed.
Yeah,
Actually, it's a shame that it ended how it ended because I would have loved to see a second round. I do think, however, Dustin was like getting Connor to that level of exhaustion where he'd eventually grind
yeah.
the fight out.
Connor
The
didn't.
TK,
Connor looked pretty done by that first round.
yeah, yeah, he looked quite exhausted. And as I was telling you, like off air, like to me, the main point is when they were engaging in the middle of the octagon in a striking match, and Dustin, he hits hard, but Dustin's brawling is he's willing to take a couple to land a couple, and I don't think it
Yeah,
landed very well with Connor. And when Connor initiated the clinch, I'm like, bingo, that's where it goes, because Connor is not a guy that would engage in the clinch if unless he kind of has to, right? So
yeah, true, true.
yeah, to me that was the beginning of the end for McGregor, at least from a stand-up perspective there. And the guillotine was not really there. I
No,
mean, he
he
wasn't a
never
fish out of
really
water.
locked it in. He never
Yeah,
really locked
it
it in,
wasn't there.
to be
It it
honest.
it, it really wasn't there. And
No.
Dustin was actually landing some good ground and pound. So, like you said, he was wearing him out. I mean, I've got to look at the fight again to see if what Dustin said holds any merit, i.e., like he was kicking him on the foot and blah blah blah. There's all that stuff there, but
Yeah, well, Dustin was saying he was checking him, so and
yeah.
Connor's refuting that. So I mean,
McGregor,
it probably to
mate.
go back and look into, but yeah, whether that actually happened or not, we'll have to see.
Anyway, mate, that was our first live stream, guys. The Fight Companion. Check it out there if you want to. If not, give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. What do you think is the future for Conor McGregor? And obviously, subscribe to the channel.
Cheers, thanks.
Peace out.